All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This video, is inspired by, a video that I saw earlier. All right, I believe maybe a couple of days ago. All right, concerning, all right, the times of tribulation that we're quickly approaching. Okay, and one thing to keep in mind always, all right, is why, all right, why you're in this truth and why you're still fighting. Okay, because with the tribulation that's coming, with the things that you're gonna be seeing, okay, the things that you're gonna be seeing and experiencing, a lot of people are gonna forget and lose hope and lose faith in what they're fighting for. Okay, a lot of people are gonna forget all the work they've put in up until that moment. All right, and they're just gonna end up giving in. Okay, but what you have to do is you have to anchor your mind, okay, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay, and let him be that rope around your waist, so that way you don't fall into the darkness and you have a way to get back, because there are going to be certain times when things are going to feel overwhelming, okay? And it's going to get worse going into Jacob's trouble, having to make certain decisions. You might be on your own, or you might be with not with brothers, but with other people that you might not necessarily have known from, before all hell broke loose, okay? Hell, you might even be getting threatened, all right? Or your family members or your loved ones might be getting threatened in front of you, okay? And at that point, you got to remember the scriptures, man. the scriptures tell you got to be faithful unto death. Faithful to who? Faithful to the Lord, all right? So that means that you have to resist the chip at all costs, okay? You have to remain your faith and trust in the Most High, man, okay? So this is Hebrews 12:4. It says, ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Okay? So guess what, man? When that time comes, when they put your family members in front of you, or your woman or your children, all right, and they have a gun to their head. Let's say you might have more than one kid and they shoot one right in front of you and they tell you, take the chip or we're killing the rest of them. Okay, then what? You have to then lock into your spiritual mentality and understand that death is what? Death is just a spirit departing from the body. So what if they kill your whole family? Read the scriptures, man. Yahweh Shai was bringing people back from the dead. Hell, even the apostle Peter, all right, he brought back what was her name, Tabitha. Okay, he brought her back from the dead like it was nothing. Okay, so if the Lord is the Father of spirits, and here it is, you're being faced, all right, with a tribulation like this, you have to lock into your spiritual mindset and understand that it's not as big of a deal as your flesh is making it out to be. Esau is a carnal man. Therefore, if he can tap into your flesh and let that overwhelm you, he can overcome you. But if you let your spirit take over and understand that, so what if you die? So what if your family dies? You have to put the Lord first at all costs, because you're going to get all that back and then some in the kingdom. Okay? But right now you have to pass the test, and whatever you have to give up to do it, you got to do it, man. Okay? What did Paul say? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, 2 Timothy chapter 4. 4 verse 5, it says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought the good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith. Okay, so Paul said what? He had finished his course and he had kept the faith. You can't forget. You telling me that, look, all them Saturdays you went out there prophesying in the cold, in the winter, toes freezing, okay, in the spring, allergies killing you, in the heat, burning up like toast, going through all of that, all right, staying faithful to the Lord and going through all of that, all right, doing these videos, enduring the affliction that our people put on us, all right, whether it's verbal or looks or them not wanting to even be around you, your family coming against you. You go through all of that just to stop at the end. You go through that whole tribulation, you endure all that, you go through the thickest depths of the darkness just to stop a step before you reach the light. Now imagine doing that and waking up in the kingdom and looking back at it like, wow, you were that close, all right, to gaining salvation. You were that close, all right, to gaining all of those things, all of the perks that the elect is gonna gain. And instead of just finishing the course, you turned back. You lost faith. You weren't strong enough. Okay? You read about the Maccabees, the seven brothers, all right, and their mother who denied transgressing the law of the Most High. Look at the torture they were put through. And the mother having to watch all her sons being tortured. But even she was bold, man. Okay? So, with all these things you preach, man, you got to really be about it. Because this is not an easy thing. And the scriptures tell you, Hebrews 10, verse 38, it says, now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Okay? So when the time comes, you got to be able to step up to the plate. All right? Because if you're living by faith, remember, faith, let me get a precept on that. I believe it's Hebrews. Was it Hebrews 11? Yeah, Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? So your faith is supposed to carry you, but faith isn't something that's tangible. Faith isn't, oh, I see it. All right, so seeing is believing. No. Your faith has to be able to hold you through seeing a guillotine, seeing your brother get his head chopped off, and you knowing you're next, all right, for not denouncing the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, or being put on the news, being deemed as a terrorist, you know, or so many other things, you know. But your faith has to carry you through that, man. So one thing you got to keep in mind is, look, with all the hell that's coming, all right, anything that you might have to go through as a man of the Lord, endure it. And remember all these years, man. All right, all these years, and I'm talking about from since the world began, it all led up to this point, man. All right, to this time of Jacob's trouble leading into the kingdom. There's not going to be a rewind. There's not going to be a second try. No run it back and let me try that again. No. Okay. So all those times, if you're a prophet, prophesying all different generations and all that, leading up to this ultimate time, and you're gonna let that all go to waste. You know, from generation to generation, even in this time, in this lifetime, prophesying and doing the will of the Lord, only to let fear overcome you. You can't let fear overshadow your faith. Okay? And you have to remember that and meditate on it and prepare, because some of us will be put in certain situations where, well, Esau knows, man. All right? He listens to the conversations you have at home. He phone taps and watches your every move, and he sees where your strong points and weak points are. Plus, spiritual demon Satan is whispering into his ears. So for some of you, you might have no problem being killed, but your weakness might be your family, you know, or your woman, or your kids, or whatever it may be, you know. And so Esau might not even come to try and torture you, but he might try to get to you through your family or through your loved ones. And that's why the scriptures tell you got to love the Lord above them all. Because Esau going to have Yahushua there talking about take the chip or I'm going to torture him? No. So if you love the Lord, all right, then like Paul said, there's nothing that can separate us from the love of Yahushua HaMashiach or the love of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And you have to keep that in mind, man. Don't be stopped by fear, because yes, it will come knock on your door, all right, and try to kick down your door. But you have to remain faithful, man. Even if it means staring in the face of death and just saying to hell with it, going through it. It is what it is. You're gonna wake up in a better place. All right. So, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. It's just a quick exhortation, man. All right, but keep in mind, man, the times are coming when, like the scriptures say, perilous times. And it's going to be a time like never before. So you have to have a mindset like never before. All right. And don't give up, man. Don't come all the way this